Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Forearms. My name is Captain Richie and we are here once again on the VintageCraft server. Hope everyone is doing well today. So I've got a bit of a plan for this episode, but I need to briefly talk about last episode, and that was that spawn house we found, and it is a generated structure as part of our world gen, so no worries there. Even though I was pretty certain that it wasn't someone's build, everything there was for the taking. And one of the things that we did take was a golden apple. I think it's in this one. And I just want to check it out because notch apples aren't in the game anymore, but you can't craft them, but you can still find them. So you can find them in stuff like strongholds and wooden mansions, and also those spawn houses. So I just want to double check to see if that was a notch apple, and it's not. It's just a bog standard golden apple. Still good. We've still got all this horse armor and loads of other stuff like some saddles. Need to get a horse at some point. That is a shame because I saw someone on Discord advertising that they were trying to sell it because they got one, and they were trying to get, what was it, 192 diamonds, so what's that, 3 stacks worth, which is quite frankly extortionate, and I wanted to get on that action. But yeah, that's a shame, but let's move on a little bit. So this is, what's the date today? It's Saturday the 9th of June today that I'm recording, and this afternoon for me, we are going to be recording a UHC. Now, depending on the turnaround that Beast decides for releasing the episodes, that might have already been released before this episode does, so apologise if you already knew that. But if it is today, either way, tomorrow, Thursday, is the day of the World Cup. Now, I am a football fan, and I don't know how many people on this server are, but what I wanted to try and do is get together, that should be enough, loads of books and loads of paper. That won't be enough. I need to get more, because I want to organise a, what's it called? What are you doing, Richard? This isn't how you do it. Yeah, I want to organise a pool. A pool is some kind of betting system, but we'll go over that in a minute. I just want to get some resources together, and I will meet you in a minute. Okie dokie. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up in the mail room, because I wanted to do it at spawn so everyone gets a chance to see it. And also, I haven't had a chance to go back to the mail room in forever. So I should really check out on how it's doing. So yes, as I say, the World Cup is starting on Thursday, which should be tomorrow, the day after this video goes out. But yes, so basically a pool is where everyone puts in, say, a tenner, and usually there's basically a draw system where you just pick a random one, and then you've basically all got a team, and whoever gets the so whoever gets the winning team. Where's A gone? Has someone stolen my sign? How rude. Yeah, anyway, I can sort that out later. So yeah, if you pick the team that then ends up winning the World Cup, then you get all the money. So that's what I'm going to set up here. Yeah, I can copy that one. That's fine. So if let's start off by making just the one of these to begin with. I'm just going to write this quickly, and then I'll explain the rules. Right, okay, so let me read through it. So the World Cup 2018 pool. Are you a fan of international football, patriotic and like seeing your country win things, or just like a bit of cheeky gambling now and again? There's a 10 diamond entry fee per player. Players are only allowed to go Players that only have 1 go each. Maximum 32 players. That's because there's 32 teams in this year's World Cup. And winner takes it all. So that could be up to 320 diamonds that you win for this. So that's quite an incentive. So to enter, you select a team from the available teams in the chest, which I'm going to put down in a minute. If a team is missing, then sorry, it's already been chosen. Place the 10 diamonds in place of the book, and then leave your name of your chosen team on a piece of paper, and then put it into my mailbox. That's just so I know who's entered, even though the next page here will say, be sure to keep your book safe of your chosen team. You will need this to claim your winnings, so no duplicates will be accepted. So the thing about books, that if it's signed by me and it's the original, it will state so. So if you've copied it, then I'll know you've nicked it off someone else and stolen their entry, or if it's written by you, again, it's not going to be accepted. In the event of an unchosen team winning the World Cup, so if someone doesn't choose Spain, for instance, unlikely, but who knows, and Spain wins, then all the diamonds, no matter how many there are on there, will be donated to a pit of lava, which would be a great shame, but I think that's the only fair way of doing it. I think apart from donating it maybe to the server. But then who do you choose? Or do I keep it? Again, that's not fair. I'm not entering, but I don't think it's particularly fair to do it that way around. Anyway, you have until the opening ceremony begins on Thursday, the 14th of June to enter. Now, that is 2 p.m. BST here in England, which I think is 1 p.m. UTC, which is the universal time. Obviously, check to see what the equivalent is in whatever country you are. Even though, like I say, by the time this video goes out, you'll probably have half a day to enter if you haven't done already. But I'm going to put it on Discord, go from there. So yeah, good luck. I'm going to sign that. World Cup pool! Exclamation mark. Sign and close. Right. So let's put down. We're going to need 2 chests worth, aren't we? So let's put it in the middle here, so people can see it. The World Cup pool game is going to be there. I'm going to have to put... I didn't bring any paper with me, did I? Or did I have some in here? Books? No. Right, I have to get some paper just so people can, write it on the anvil and put it in my chest here. Oh, I've got something in there. I don't know, did you check this yet? A pity diamond and naughty Tilted. Thanks, Tilted. I knew it would be a bit cheeky to try and ask for stuff because I'm poor, but well, one person took pity on us, so that's all good. Right, so next stage is I've got to write loads of books now and write them all down for each team, sign them, put them in the book. And that should be our last book. Should be in the keyword. What was it? So that one, that one, that one, and that one. Cool. Right, so I've arranged them into their respective groups just to make it a little bit easier if you are following it. It doesn't really matter if not. So we got Russia, Saudi Arabia, Egypt and Uruguay, Portugal, Spain, Morocco and Iran, France, Australia, Peru and Denmark, Argentina, Iceland, Croatia, Nigeria, Brazil, Switzerland, Costa Rica and Serbia, Germany, Mexico, Sweden and South Korea, Belgium, Panama, Tunisia and England, and finally Poland, Senegal, Colombia and Japan. So that is all of them. What I need to do now is just make sure there's some paper in here for everyone to sign and be able to put into my mailbox. In my mailbox I've put an extra one there because I know if all 32 teams get taken up then I'm going to need more space. Cool, right, I need to go get some more paper and get some means to fix that sign, and then we'll be back and see what happens next. Right, we're just at the gold farm, preparing all our stuff, and no one else needs it now, so turn it all off. It really is a handy feature on the server having this here. Just for, like I say, I've got mending on pretty much everything I own. Oh, there's a bit of lag now, and it's just very useful. Anyone else coming? You, sir? Before we came in, we also placed a bet in Hojop's gambling thing over there. Seems I'd not be able to take part in the World Cup pool. I think it's fair that that I don't take part, just look after the money. But I will gamble otherwise. And what we're going to do is get all this XP and see if we can get ourselves another work pick, because it's broken on us. Some of these orbs are not working. Come on, can you make it? Little ding, little ding. There it is. Another one there as well. Yeah, I hope you didn't want it because I turned it off. I did say in chat. Look, see, look. Did he reply? Bless him. Right, anyway, so what we're going to do, we're going to try and make a another work pick. So let's see if it's done. We need to get some lapis out first, don't we? That's not our chest. This is our chest, our treasure one. Cool, bit of lapis. We only need 1 block's worth. Don't even need that. We need a third of that. Pop this away just for now, and getting that into little pieces. Put that in there, in there. I don't really fancy Silk Touch on a work pick because it's just pointless. But it is unbreaking as 3 and efficiency 4, so that isn't too bad for a work pick. So The benefit of having silk touch on it means we get more stone rather than cobblestone. And actually, if we're like mining ores whilst we're digging out places at our base, then it's better for us for then be able to fortune it later. There we go. New work pick. Right, what's next? Okay, so we've returned to Shulker City briefly. What was that noise? Because we have been asked as a citizen to vote on a decision. I think it's the first decision we need to make in this city. So, there are two buildings over here. As you can see, there's an Enderman. Don't worry, he's not going to attack us if we look at him. That belongs to King Kevin. And the building in front belongs to Joker Nico. Now, from what I understand, Joker Nico wants to make his building taller. And of course, in doing so, that will obstruct the view of the Enderman, which looks pretty cool when you're into the city like that. So I think if we go to the back of the courthouse over here, they've both made an argument for their cases. So we will go over there quickly, swiftly, eat some chicken. And we need an official here to vote when we go inside. So here's a yes vote for the building to be made, and here's the no vote. So let's have a look. Right, so yeah, first Shulker City vote. Voting if Joker Nico is allowed to build his shop plot and apartment to build higher. Joker Nico's argument for the vote, yes. Okay, so citizens of Shulker City. Today is the day when we as people decide whether people have basic freedoms. The basic freedom that allows Shulker City citizens to build a building however high they please in Shulker City. I want to ask you a question. Have you ever built a tall structure? Well, shit. I just did, and I plan on making it at the height of the exit building. Okay, but I might I might not be able to, and here's why. King Kevin decided to build his store next to mine. Nothing wrong with that, but he wants to stop me from executing my plans that I had almost a month prior, since people might not be able to see his Enderman head. How would you feel if someone told you that you can't build your structure to a certain height because it will ruin theirs and you were their frist? I would be pissed as I am right now. I believe that two of my free natural rights are being violated here. My right to liberty, since it is a restriction on my building, and my pursuit of happiness, since I can't attempt to make my building the way I want and make me happy. I hope that you as people choose the right decision in this election. Freedom! Joker Nico. Okay, so let's read the argument against that. So the argument for no. King Kevin wants you to vote no so you can save the Enderman. I have been told by many people that Enderman looking over the building looks awesome. I do not think it would have the same effect if it was not looking at the entrance, so I'm fighting for what I believe is the best for Shulker City. If you were to ask Joker why he was fighting to be allowed to make his building higher, it would ultimately come down to him making more diamonds. Diamonds he is stealing from the city, because last time I checked, there would be more than enough apartments directly across from him. Apartments that if one rents goes to the city, as opposed to renting from him, which would go to him. There is no way one could argue that a taller building would look better than the Enderman looking at the entrance. I also question if he is only doing that because he got angry that my Enderman was taller than his building. I hadn't seen him work on the building for months. All of a sudden my Enderman goes up, and now he wants to make his building higher. I truly believe that keeping the Enderman is what is best for the city, and I would like to see if the rest of the city agrees. King Kevin. Edited by nobody. Imagine that's cat, but doesn't quite fit in. Right, let's have a look at this pragmatically. So with any general election or referendum, there are two types of approach, right? You can either read what you're told by both these people here, accept it as truth, and make your decision based on that. But if you are old enough to vote in, like I say, any general election or referendum, or if you're in a local council, that sort of thing, then I implore you to go and check out facts for yourself. So one thing that, if we start with King Kevin, one thing he stated in here is that if Joker Nico was to put apartments on top of that building, he would benefit it. He would benefit from it rather than the city, because he'll be charging people for diamonds to live in his place, and that money will go to him rather than the city. And that's not strictly true, because if we go upstairs here, and upstairs again, this is the application for shops. And actually, we'll keep that there. I'll move it out of the way for a moment. Application and future explanation for shop owners. It states here in the application process that a building in Shulker City will never be private, and if you would like to build your own building for your shop, you cannot privately rent out rooms for other people to create shops in or live in. So the fact that I don't know if King Kevin is misinformed or it's a lie, because Joe Kaneko is not going to profit from having apartments on top of his building there. He's just not allowed to. It's in our constitution. He's not allowed to make profit from other people as one of these shop plots. All pretty much rented apartments, that sort of thing, goes to the council. And we should know, because we decorated one, and if I can get there in time, we built another. So it's a tactic employed by some politicians, I will admit, and I didn't mean to go all political at this point, but some arguments will pull on heartstrings rather than give you fact. I leave the example to the big red bus in the Brexit campaign, but we'll leave that as that. That's why I ask you, if you are to vote in anything, you should go find out facts for yourself. That being said, I don't know what the planning permission was for both these buildings, because my argument is we have 2 buildings for apartments, and even though we need a middle tier for basic people, to have a third apartment building right now seems a bit silly to me, because even though we want big buildings in the city, we don't need another set of apartments. So I don't know why, that might have been approved ages ago. I'm not entirely sure. I would need to check that out before making a decision. But again, if it comes to things getting approved already, then surely, because this was here first, wasn't it? That was definitely here first, and this was built second. Surely, if you knew you were going to have an Enderman being built facing the entrance, you wouldn't start it behind the building, would you? I wouldn't. If I was going to go, right, okay, I want everyone to see it as they come to the city, I would have put it here. Because there's going to be nothing obstructing my view. Maybe if something was to be put here, then maybe that would have been the case. But for that to have been approved originally, I wouldn't have started building it behind there. Even if this was like 2 blocks tall at the time, and not even that. I think that if you were to build something that's going to look at the city entrance to the city as soon as you come in, it's a bit of a bad location. But that's hindsight, and that's unfortunately one of the situations here. Let's have a quick look, see what else we can find from the book. Okay, so we've made our vote. We will find out in due course what happened with there. I'm going to keep it a secret because that's the entire idea of it. Wasn't easy though. I'll say that it wasn't easy. It's a very close call. But we'll find out the results, and I'll try and mention it in a future episode if I can. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.